Welcome to the deep dive. When you really think about it, your Google account, it holds so much, doesn't it? It's arguably the most critical piece of your digital life.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just email anymore.
No, it's the gateway to your photos, maybe financial info, documents, all those memories.
It's the hub. And, well, because it's so valuable, it's become this incredibly tempting target for criminals.
Right.
And the thing is, the threats are always changing.
Yeah.
Something as simple as clicking a convincing fake email or just reusing an old password somewhere else.
Yeah, seemingly small mistakes.
Exactly. But they can have devastating consequences for your Google account. If you haven't looked at your security settings in a while, you might be more exposed than you think.
And that feeling, that uncertainty, is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today.
Mhm.
Our goal here is to give you a really clear step-by-step plan, something actionable you can use for, well, instant solid protection.
Making sure your defenses keep up with the threats.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Let's get into it. So if someone does manage to breach your Google account, what are we actually talking about? It's more than just losing emails, right?
Oh, much more. The consequences can be deeply personal. We're talking identity theft, for starters.
Where they can actually pretend to be you.
Precisely. They could use your identity to apply for credit, commit fraud. It gets serious really fast.
No.
And then there's the data loss aspect. Imagine years of photos just gone. Irreplaceable documents vanished.
That's horrifying. And the financial side.
Yeah, if you have payment methods linked, they could be used for unauthorized purchases. Cleaning up that mess, regaining control. It can take months, sometimes even years. But the personal cost is huge.
But it's not always a loud, obvious break-in anymore, is it? The attacks are getting sneakier.
That's a really important point. The sophistication is, frankly, quite fascinating. It's not just about guessing passwords.
So what are we seeing?
Well, think about those third-party apps you connect to your Google account. Productivity tools, calendar helpers, photo editors.
Yeah, you grant them permissions.
Exactly. And sometimes even apps you trusted initially can be, let's say, weaponized silently. They might use these existing permissions, these things called OAuth tokens, to continuously pull data
Without you realizing it.
without triggering the usual alerts.
Mhm.
They could be siphoning contacts, reading emails, accessing documents quietly, persistently. It's a hidden compromise that might go unnoticed for a long time.
Okay, so if threats can be invisible, we need to be proactive. Where do we start?
First step, run a checkup. Google has a dedicated tool for this. You should go to myaccount.google.com/security-checkup. Think of it as like a doctor's visit for your account.
A digital physical, yeah.
Exactly. And when you're there, pay close attention to Google's alerts. They use colors.
Red, yellow, blue.
Right. Red exclamation marks mean urgent threats. Deal with those immediately. Yellow warnings point out important security gaps you need to address.
And blue.
Blue tips are more like suggestions for hardening your security further. Good practice stuff.
So when you run this checkup, what specifically should you be looking for?
Be thorough. Don't just glance at it. First, review all the devices signed into your account. See an old phone you sold, or a laptop you don't use anymore.
Remove access immediately.
Immediately. Then, look at recent security events. Does anything look unfamiliar? A login from a strange location.
Okay.
And, critically, audit those third-party app permissions we just talked about. Be ruthless. Does that photo editing app really need access to your contacts and email? Probably not. Revoke anything excessive.
That makes sense. It's easy to just click allow and forget about it.
It is. And this shouldn't be a one-off thing. Here's a pro tip. Set a reminder in your calendar.
Like every few months.
Yeah, quarterly is good.
Oh.
Checkup time. Regular checks are the only way to catch issues before they become major crises.
All right, checkup done. What's next for locking things down? We need a way back in if something does go wrong, right?
Absolutely. This is about establishing your recovery lifeline. Think of it as your emergency exit.
And if your recovery info is old?
It's like having a fire exit that leads to a brick wall. Completely useless when you need it most.
So what's essential for recovery?
Two key things. First, make sure you have an active accessible phone number listed. This is usually the quickest way to regain access if you're locked out.
Your mobile number, presumably?
Usually, yes. Second, you need a separate, secure recovery email address. And crucially, it needs to be one you actually check regularly.
Not some old Hotmail account you forgot the password to.
Definitely not. And ideally, it shouldn't be another Gmail address linked to the same account group. If your main account is compromised, a hacker might be able to access recovery links sent there too. You want true separation.
Okay, recovery options sorted. Let's talk core defense. Passwords. We all know they're important, but the reuse thing, Why is that so dangerous?
Password reuse. It creates this incredibly dangerous domino effect. Security folks call it credential stuffing.
How does that work?
Okay, imagine some smaller website you used years ago gets breached. Maybe an old online forum or a small shop.
Happens all the time.
Right. The criminals get lists of usernames and passwords from that breach. Now, they don't really care about the forum itself. They take those stolen login details.
And try them everywhere else.
Exactly. They automatically stuff them into login forms for high-value targets, Google, banks, social media. If you reuse that same password on your Google account, well, you've just handed them the keys.
So the fix is obvious, but maybe not easy for everyone. Unique passwords for everything.
It's non-negotiable. And this is where password managers are essential. Tools like Google Password Manager or others like 1Password, Bitwarden, they generate and store strong, unique passwords for every site.
So if one site gets breached,
Your Google account stays safe. The breach is contained.
and these managers can check your existing passwords too.
Yes, Google Password Manager has a built-in checkup tool. It'll flag weak passwords, reused ones, and even passwords found in known breaches. Use it today.
What makes a password strong these days?
Length and complexity. Aim for 16 characters or more. Mix uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Don't use dictionary words or personal info. Let the password manager do the heavy lifting.
Okay, strong, unique password check. But you're saying that's still not enough.
It's a great start, but no, your password alone isn't enough anymore. Think of it as the first fence. We need more layers.
The moat and drawbridge you said earlier.
Exactly. And that brings us to two-step verification, or 2SV. Some call it multi-factor authentication. It's that critical second layer.
How does it work, basically?
It combines something you know your password with something you have, typically your phone or a physical security key. It creates this powerful second barrier,
It makes it much harder for someone who only stole the password.
massively harder. But, and this is important, not all 2SV methods offer the same level of protection. There's a clear hierarchy.
Okay, break that down for us. What's the best?
The absolute gold standard is using physical security keys. These are little USB or Bluetooth devices.
Like a YubiKey or Google's Titan key?
Precisely. They provide what we call unphishable protection. When you log in, you tap the key. It confirms your identity cryptographically. Hackers simply cannot intercept or fake this remotely. It stops phishing attacks cold.
Wow, unphishable. That's a strong claim. What if a key isn't practical right now?
The next best, and still very secure, alternative, using Google Trumps.
Those notifications on your phone saying trying to sign in?
Yes, you just have, yes, it's me. They use strong encryption tied to your specific phone. Much better than the older methods.
Which brings us to SMS codes, the text messages.
Right. And here's the crucial warning. Avoid relying on SMS codes if you possibly can.
Why? They seem convenient.
They are convenient, but they're vulnerable. The big risk is SIM swapping.
Explain that.
Criminals trick or bribe your mobile carrier employees into transferring your phone number to a SIM card they control.
Oh, wow.
Once they have your number, they get all your calls and texts,
Well,
including...
including the 2SV codes sent by text.
Exactly. They can then bypass your password entirely. SIM swapping is a serious targeted threat. You really need to move beyond SMS for 2SV.
Okay, that's a really clear warning. So we've got checkups, recovery, strong passwords, strong 2SV. What's the last piece?
Ongoing maintenance.
Yeah.
Keeping things up to date. We can call it the patch cycle.
Software updates.
Yep. Think about it.
Yeah.
Security researchers find flaws, developers create fixes, patches, but that protection only works if you install the update.
It seems simple, but people put it off.
They do, but it's critical housekeeping. Ensure automatic updates are turned on for your operating system. Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS.
And browsers, apps.
Definitely browsers like Chrome or Safari. And official apps from trusted sources. For Android users, make sure Google Play Protect is active. It scans for bad apps.
Okay, keep everything patched. Now let's talk about how attackers actually try to trick us. You mentioned phishing earlier.
Right, phishing is still huge because it works. You get an urgent email, looks like it's from Google Security or maybe PayPal or your bank.
Says your account is compromised, click here immediately.
Exactly. The link looks real, the website looks real. You click, you enter your details.
And you've just handed them your credentials.
Worse, sometimes clicking the link also installs malware silently in the background. Now they have your password and potentially ongoing access to your machine.
Nasty. What about those app permissions again? You mentioned oath tokens.
Yeah, the app permission scam. This is more subtle. You install, say, a new calendar helper app. It asks for permission to access your Google Calendar and contacts. You grant it using OAuth.
Okay, seems reasonable for a calendar app.
Maybe. But the problem is, those OAuth tokens can grant persistent access. Even if you stop using the app, unless you actively revoke the permission in your Google settings, that token might still be active.
So the app could potentially keep accessing your data invisibly.
Potentially, yes. It depends on the permissions granted and the app's behavior. It doesn't need your password again. It just uses the token. That's why auditing those permissions regularly is so vital.
And the third common trick.
Good old public Wi-Fi. Be so careful. You're in a cafe, you see free public Wi-Fi.
Connect.
Maybe not so fast. A hacker nearby could easily set up a fake network with the same name. If you connect to their malicious hotspot,
They can see your traffic?
if it's not properly encrypted, yes. They could intercept logins, files, anything you send over that fake network. It's called a man-in-the-middle attack. Always use a VPN on public Wi-Fi, or stick to your mobile data.
These aren't theoretical, are they? You mentioned a real-world attack exploiting these app tokens.
Absolutely. Back in 2023, there was a significant campaign where sophisticated attackers specifically targeted those OAuth integrations in popular third-party tools.
What did they do?
They managed to steal the authentication tokens themselves. This gave them persistent, stealthy access to user accounts, reading emails, accessing files without triggering the usual login alerts. It really highlighted the danger of those potentially forgotten app permissions.
Okay, so for most people, the steps we've covered, checkup, recovery, passwords, 2SV, updates, vigilance are enough. But what if you're someone at higher risk?
That's a great question. For individuals facing serious, targeted threats, think journalists, activists, political figures, execs handling sensitive corporate data.
People likely to be specifically targeted by state actors or sophisticated groups.
Exactly. For them, standard security might not cut it. Google offers something called the Advanced Protection Program, or APP.
What does that do differently?
It ramps everything up significantly. It's like institutional-grade security for your personal account. First, it mandates the use of physical security keys for all logins.
No prompts, no SMS allowed.
Correct, only security keys. This completely eliminates the threat of phishing for your Google account login.
How does it actually stop the phishing attempt?
Because the security key doesn't just prove you have the key. It cryptographically verifies that you are logging into the legitimate Google domain. If a phishing site tries to trick you, the key simply won't authenticate. It knows it's not talking to google.com.
Ah, I see. That's clever. It breaks the attack chain right there.
Instantly. APP also heavily restricts which third-party apps can access your data. Only verified, highly secure apps are allowed. This locks down against those OAuth token exploits we discussed.
More control over app access.
Much more. And it adds enhanced download protection. It automatically scans files and attachments much more rigorously for malware before they even reach your device. Right. It's the highest level of security Google offers for an individual account.
So definitely something for high-risk users to consider.
Absolutely. If you think you might fall into that category, look into the Advanced Protection Program.
Okay, we've covered a lot. Let's try to bring it all together. This has shown that securing your Google account isn't a set-it-and-forget-it task, is it?
Not at all. It's an ongoing commitment. Proactive vigilance.
So the key takeaways for everyone listening. First, go run that security checkup today. It takes maybe 5 minutes.
Do it now.
Second, enable two-step verification if you haven't already. Use Google prompts, or even better, get a physical security key. Move away from SMS codes.
Crucial step. Don't delay on that one.
And third, check your recovery phone number and email. Make sure they're current, accessible, and ideally that the email is separate from your main account.
Your lifeline needs to be reliable.
What really stands out from this whole discussion is just how much power we actually have to protect ourselves.
That's right. You don't need to be a tech genius. These tools are available. They're relatively easy to use. Taking these simple actions today can make a massive difference.
Protecting everything, emails, photos, memories.
Your entire digital life, really, deserves this level of defense. The tools are there. Use them. Gain that peace of mind.
So a final thought for you, the listener, to take away and act on. Pull up that security checkup right now. Go straight to the third-party app permissions section. Which apps have access? Do they really need it?
Think critically about those OAuth tokens. Make a plan this week to review and revoke any permissions that aren't absolutely necessary. Clean house. It's a small action with potentially huge security benefits.